Hey friends, this is Jennifer Terri and welcome to a Philippine Travel Update. Kumusta kayo? How are you all? I hope you're all doing well. Today is August 13th, Friday the 13th. Let's start our update with some positive news. The IATF has approved international transits in NAIA. Okay, I think since last year, the Philippines has been closed to international transits, guys. Transit flights will be allowed, but they are limited to green countries. Okay, this is approved by the IATF and announced by the IATF spokesperson Harry Roque last August 12 yesterday. Okay, this is positive news for the airline industry for the recovery. But guys, if you're going to the Philippines, if entering the Philippines, you have transits in other airports, that's okay, that's allowed. You can transit in other countries. You can even transit in the travel restricted countries. Transit in Dubai, that's okay. Transit in Qatar, whatever. You are allowed po. It's all about the airline and the transit airport requirements. As long as you comply, it's okay po. According to Roque, international transit hub operations will only be limited to transfers between Terminal 1 and 2 and within Terminal 3 of the NAIA Airport. They are subject to health protocols and other conditions. Any travelers that show coronavirus symptoms during transit must comply with the isolation and quarantine protocols. They shall be for the account of the sponsoring airlines. For now, guys, we're still waiting for the specific guidelines, but the IATF has directed DFA, Bureau of Quarantine, and the Immigration to formulate necessary protocols for the issuance of appropriate visas applicable on a case-to-case basis. Speaking of green lanes, the IATF has updated the list of green countries. Green countries, guys, if you're fully vaccinated and nanggagaling kayo sa green country, you can avail a shorter quarantine of only 7 days. Are your countries included now? Can you avail shorter quarantine? Now let's look at the list. So green countries or jurisdictions under IATF effective August 15. Albania, American Samoa, Anguilla, Australia, Benin, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Brunei, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cayman Islands, Chad, China, Comoros, Ivory Coast, Djibouti, Equatorial Guinea, Falkland Islands, Gabon, Grenada, Hong Kong, Hungary, Mali, Federated States of Micronesia, Montserrat, New Caledonia, New Zealand, Niger, Nigeria, Northern Mariana Islands, Palau, Poland, Romania, St. Pierre and Miquelon, Slovakia, Sudan, and Taiwan. See guys, it's shorter. There are less countries. And 2 countries have been added, that's Cameroon and Sudan. But so many countries were also removed, including Antigua and Barbuda, Azerbaijan, Dominica, Laos, Marshall Islands, North Macedonia, Sabah, and the most prominent country that is removed, guys, is Singapore. A lot of Filipinos pa naman in Singapore. Singapore is no longer a green country. I was also surprised. Looking at the cases of Singapore, it's still very low, but because their population is also very small, this green country is based on incidence rate. So, new cases per 100,000 populations. Singapore only has around 5.8 million people. Kaya, even that their cases is only 100 per day, tumaas na yung incidence rate nila. For those covered by green lanes, please secure your documentation. For OFWs, vaccine pass, vaccinated in the Philippines, vaccine card or LGU card, or your yellow card from BOQ if you have that. And vaccinated abroad, certificate issued by health authorities as long as they can be verified, or a WHO vaccination card, a yellow card. For those vaccinated in the Philippines and leaving the country, and vaccination is required in the country of where you are going, destination, it is recommended that you avail of the Bureau of Quarantine yellow card. You can apply online po, guys, but the problem is face-to-face is required. You have to be physically present when applying. That poses a problem na, especially for vaccinated in the Philippines. Like, let's say you are in Mindanao, there's only 2 areas. There's only Davao and Cagayan de Oro. And these areas pa are on strict quarantine classification pa. Ang tagal-tagal. Ano ba yan, DICT? DICT said they will be able to prepare na for the online application for vaccination certificate by August. Ano na? We're almost middle of August. DICT, galaw-galaw din pag may time. More than 11 million Filipinos are fully vaccinated. And still, our LGU vaccination cards, iba-iba pa din. Ay nako, ano ba yan? Quarantine classifications sa Philippines have been updated, guys. Manila is still on ECQ, guys. Strict lockdown. That's until August 22, including Bataan. Many areas are also in MECQ, including Cebu City, Mandaue City, the Tri-Cities. GCQ with heightened restrictions. Yan. We are in GCQ heightened restrictions, guys. And let me share to you, it's not very, very strict. Dine-in is allowed. Even going to the beach is allowed. It's not so much strict. GCQ with heightened restrictions, it's not bad. And then GCQ and the rest of the country is MGCQ. MGCQ is the most loose, guys. Maluwag. Wala talaga masyadong stricto. Moving forward, as expected, the travel restrictions for the 11 countries is extended. It's very obvious. Seriously, I don't know why IATF bothers to make extension every 15 days. It's better to give our kababayans realistic expectations rather than giving them 2 weeks and then extend na naman. Anyways, guys, this is extension, guys, ha. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, UAE, Oman, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. If you're coming from these countries po, for Filipinos in these countries, you want to go home to the Philippines, the only way that you can go home is through government repatriation or non-Philippine government repatriations and special commercial flights, or more commonly known as bayanihan flights. And only Filipinos are allowed. Okay, only Filipinos are allowed in these repatriations and bayanihan flights. So for foreigners with visas but coming from these countries, travel restricted, I would suggest, if you want to travel to the Philippines very, very soon, go to a third country, spend 14 days there, and then travel to the Philippines. There have been questions about the green lanes. Is the green lane still in effect? Suspended na ba? Guys, green lanes is still in effect. May green lanes pa din po. The only change is that if you're a close contact or if you had an exposure with a COVID-19 positive, then you will not be qualified for green lanes. So close contacts are those who had exposure to COVID-19 cases. So it really poses a question, if you're a traveler, how can they know that, oh, you have been exposed to a COVID-19 case? I mean, unless if you are a family traveling together, and then one family is COVID positive, okay, that's easy to trace. But, talagang mapapatanong ka na lang, guys, paano kayo nila iti-trace? Diba? Guys, that's our update for today. Thank you so much for watching. The Philippines still have the same quarantine and anti-restriction rules. There is really no change. Big change, no change for now. If you're traveling soon to the Philippines, complete your requirements and be confident and pray that your flight will not be cancelled. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay safe. God bless. Get vaccinated to protect yourself and the community. I will see you again with another update. Bye!